Mark McLane. I'll be doing the side of Rainier House.
Mr. Hawes, thank you for seeing me. I appreciate it. These new images, the Hawker album, have you seen them?
Yes, I've seen them all.
Your grandfather is in many of them.
Yeah, always at the center of the action, everyone looking to him. He's the creator of Auschwitz, my grandfather. Growing up, my family hid his story from me.
I get it.
Until one time I spotted something on the bookshelf. I see the name Rudolf Hoss on the spine of a book. My last name. So I pick it up and started reading it. But at that moment, my father came out of his home office in a flash and slapped me left and right. "These books you will never read," he said. My father was a violent man. I was raised with his beatings. But when he left the home, I stole the books from his office and read them, and I couldn't believe it. My father told me that my grandfather was a soldier who fought heroically in the war, but my grandfather was Rudolf Hoss, the man who constructed the largest human killing center in all of history. The magnitude of it. But then I found we had a fireproof chest, weighed 90 pounds. It was a gift from Heinrich Himmler, the head of the SS, to my grandfather. I wasn't supposed to look inside it, but I did. And when I saw the photographs that had been kept there, I assumed there would be pictures of the atrocities, but instead there were photos of a family, children in a garden. And the youngest boy in this picture, in the boat, that's my father, Hans Jürgen. And there's a photo of a house. The entire family lived there with my grandfather. It was right next door to the camp. You can see the watchtower right there. If you show these images to someone, they say, they had a nice life, but from their house, it was but steps to a gas chamber. My family always said to the press, we never saw anything. That was bullshit. They knew exactly what was going on, what happened on the other side of that wall, of that gate. I try to imagine how every morning my grandfather dressed up in his uniform and kissed his kids and wished them a nice day and went out of his house. And then went to do his job. I couldn't stand it. I was 15 years old. I was so confused. All I knew was everything I think I know about myself is a lie. So I grabbed the clothes that I had and I left the house. I couldn't stay there. And I became enraged. I took to the streets. I started beating others, myself. One time this guy older than me, I wanted to get past him and he didn't leave me any space, so I thrashed him in the worst way. My knee, elbow, fist. Only one thing was important to me, winning. If someone looked at me sideways, it was reason to say, he deserves a beating. It was clear to me I was in a new world. Only I am my master now. Only I will win. For 2 years, I had a reputation as a thug, vicious, an animal. I had control over others, and it was a really thrilling feeling. This came as a total surprise to me. The intoxicating power, the exhilaration in cruelty. They would have recruited me. The Nazi stormtroopers, they would have taken one look at me and said, he is one of us. But then I had a horrible thought. What if I inherited that from my grandfather? What if it's in my DNA? If it's in my blood? What if I too am a mass murderer? This plagued me all the time I lived by my fists. And it was the lowest point in my life. And then I got married. And my wife came home and said, I'm pregnant. And I said to myself, this can't go on. And then the breaking point came. You have to change your life. And after a while, I said, yes, I am the grandson of a mass murderer. I can't change that. But if I believe it's in my blood, then I am believing what the Nazis believed. So no, there's nothing inside of me. I am who I am. And that's when things began to change.
Your last name? Have you ever thought of changing it?
No. Never. I will always have the name Hoss.
Why?
It's my best revenge. To live my life differently. To go that way, I think, is the best way. To tell the truth of who I am.